Good morning students. In today's lecture we are going to study about the Gauss law and its application. So in last lecture we discussed about the electric flux. So what is flux? Already you know, the number of electric field lines passing through the surface held in the electric field is known as electric flux. And today on the basis of the electric flux we are going to prove the statement of Gauss law for electricity and its proofs. So what is the statement? The total electric flux through a closed surface, the word that is very important is the closed surface, is equal to the ratio of total charge enclosed by the surface to epsilon 0. So total electric flux associated with any closed surface phi, that is given by the surface integration. This is a symbol of closed surface. So E dot ds is equal to q upon epsilon 0. So what is the simple flux? Phi is equal to surface integration E dot ds is equal to q upon epsilon 0, and this sphere represents a closed surface. Okay, and to prove this so just we are taking a spherical closed surface of radius r which enclose charge q, electric charge q. Okay, so here we are having a closed surface, and at the center of the surface we are taking a charge q. Okay, and suppose it is a positive charge, so direction of the electric field is radially outward, and we are taking a small surface here, small surface ds, okay. Surface area is always perpendicular to the surface, so here the surface area and electric field, they both are in the same direction, and the position of this point P is given by the vector r. So theta is equal to 0, so value of the cos theta is equal to 1. So now we are taking, this is the closed surface, and closed surface is also known as Gaussian surface. Okay, it is also known as Gaussian surface. So using the Gauss law, the total flux phi is equal to surface integration close E dot ds. Okay, so simply we can write E ds cos theta. But what is the formula for the electric field? Here E is equal to kq by r square, and k is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square. Therefore substituting, then the flux becomes surface integration 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square into ds. So q 4 pi epsilon 0, radius of sphere, all terms are constant. So q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square, surface integration ds. So what this surface integration ds represent, and this entire terms represent the surface area of sphere. And you all know that what is the formula for the surface area of the sphere? It is 4 pi r square. So therefore, this flux becomes q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square multiplied by surface area 4 pi r square. So देखो terms 4 pi r square cancel, then flux become q upon epsilon 0, hence proof. So here the total electric flux associated with any closed surface is q by epsilon 0. This it proves that. So how much is the charge enclosed by this spherical closed, and it is also known as Gaussian surface, plus q. And direction of the electric field and area vector, they both are in the same direction. Theta is equal to 0. So therefore an electric field at any point P on the surface is given by kq by r square. तो k 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. तो constant terms integration के बाद surface integration of ds is the surface area of the sphere. We can also write surface integration of ds is 4 pi r square, that is the surface area of the sphere. Substituting, so 4 pi r square cancel and flux become q upon epsilon 0. So some of the points that you have to consider in the Gauss law, you have to consider a closed surface of any arbitrary shape. It not required. It may be spherical, it may be cylindrical, okay, but it should be the closed surface. Then we have to only consider q which is charged enclosed by the surface. Sometimes the charge is present outside the surface, we don't have to consider that charge. And the electric field on the left side is due to the presence of both the charges outside and inside, but q is the total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface only. And this method is very helpful to determine the electric field due to some of the symmetrically and non-symmetrically objects also. Okay, now you can able to understand how you can obtain Gauss law, okay, and its derivation. Write down this. हो गया, हिलडुल मत करना इसको, नहीं तो वो चालू हो जाएगा वापस से. Now continue with the topic. Now as we know that what we had obtained, the simple, we had just proved Gauss law, the q upon epsilon 0 total flux. Now we are taking the help of Gauss law to obtain Coulomb's law, and we can say that Gauss law is an integral form of Coulomb's law. So using Gauss law we have to obtain Coulomb's law. And what is Coulomb's law? The force acting between the two charges is given by k q1 q2 upon r square. This we have to prove. So how to get? Simply we are taking a closed spherical surface which enclose charge q. Direction of the electric field is radially outward. Here the small surface area ds is in the direction of the electric field. Theta angle 0, cos theta is equal to 1. That already we know that. And radius of the spherical surface is r. Okay, so we know that. So from Gauss law, so what is Gauss law? The total flux is the surface integration E dot ds is equal to q upon epsilon 0. Okay, so what is the dot product between? That is E ds. Cos theta is equal to q upon epsilon 0. The value of cos theta is equal to 1. So electric field surface integration ds become q upon epsilon 0. And the last topic also you know that a closed integration ds is equal to 4 pi r square, surface area of sphere. Okay, so therefore we can write the electric field multiplied by 4 pi r square is equal to q upon epsilon 0. So due to this we can able to obtain the electric field 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. So this is the formula for the electric field that we had obtained by the help of Gauss law. This is a Gaussian surface. This is a Gaussian surface. So now we have to obtain the Coulomb's law. So force acting on q naught by q when electric field is given. So what is the formula for force? F is equal to q naught into E. So we can get F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q naught q upon r square. So what is the direction of the electric field? If we say that electric field is radially outward, for electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R square outward. So therefore the force is along the direction of electric field repulsive, Q naught Q upon R square with the direction of R caret. So this is Coulomb's law using Gauss law. Simple. So by the help of, we can say that, so by the help of the Gauss law we can easily obtain electric field, as well as we can able to obtain Coulomb's law with its scalar as well as its vector form. So in next topic we are going to learn the application of the Gauss law to obtain the electric field due to linear distribution, charge sheet, electric field inside and outside the charged spherical shell, and charged sphere. Okay, now take the practice of this. Have a good day.